On January 11, 2010, it seemed that Najib Razak was both in Saudi Arabia and Kuala Lumpur at the same time. Previous witness testimonies placed Najib in the kingdom, but the prosecution brought up a conflicting story which saw the former leader launching the 1MDB headquarters in Kuala Lumpur on that day. By the Malaysian Insight, this is The People versus Najib Razak. Follow us into the courtroom where it all happens. I'm Patrick Teo. This morning, Judge Colin Lawrence Sequeira allowed the 1MDB dates for this week to be vacated for the SRC trial after 1MDB's lead prosecutor, Gopal Sri Ram, requested it. 1MDB proceedings, which were to start again today, will resume on March 10th. Back in Judge Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali's courtroom, MACC investigating officer Nasharuddin Amir was expected on the stand, with documents to show Najib was in Saudi Arabia in 2010. But he couldn't make it in time and would only be available after lunch. At 2:30 p.m., lawyers from the prosecution, defense and Najib were already back in the courtroom. Najib moved from his seat in the public gallery to the accused dock as proceedings kicked off. Sitam began his questioning by focusing on Najib's whereabouts on January 11, 2010. Witness testimonies placed Najib in Saudi Arabia on that day, but the prosecutor said there was a dispute that he was in Kuala Lumpur launching the 1MDB headquarters. The lawyer then moved on to Jamil Khair Baharum's whereabouts on the same day. Jamil Khair was a minister in the Prime Minister's Department in charge of Islamic affairs. Based on two documents Nasharuddin obtained from his colleague in the MACC, Jamil Khair had given an address at a JAKIM-organized event. JAKIM is the Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, of which Jamil Khair once headed. However, according to previous witness testimonies, they placed him in Saudi Arabia on that day. Lead Defense Counsel Shafi Abdullah objected to this piece of evidence showing Jamil Khair in Malaysia, saying it was hearsay and that the person who wrote it needed to testify in court. Judge Nazlan marked the documents as evidence and told the defense to put in their argument at the end of the case. It was then Shafi's turn to question Nasharuddin. He asked the witness what the main purpose of his Saudi trip was. Nasharuddin said it was to take a statement from one Prince Saud. That's where he met the prince's lawyer, Abdullah Al-Koman. He had earlier testified that Abdullah was introduced as the prince's representative. Nasharuddin said he was not aware that other people would be present or that the prince would not give his statement. After Abdullah gave a statement instead of the prince, Nasharuddin said the MACC did not take any further action. He also added that his team went to Mecca to perform their Umrah pilgrimage on the courtesy of the king, before attempting to take a statement from the prince. And with that, the trial day was over. Shafi said MACC Chief Commissioner Latifa Koya had already been subpoenaed and is expected to appear tomorrow. Her predecessors, Muhammad Shukri Abdul and Zulkifli Ahmad, are also expected to show up. The SRC trial resumes tomorrow. This podcast is produced, written and mixed by Revati Supramaniam and Yapik Kwan. I'm Patrick Teo.